CA Exam Series. E-Learning. This is Sarah. I am gonna teach you GST classes. Welcome to GST Animation Lectures, innovative and student-friendly. CA Exam Series. Your success begins here. Time of supply of goods. The default provision for time of supply of goods is the earliest of the following dates. Date of issue of invoice by the supplier. If invoice is not issued, the last date on which supplier is required to issue the invoice. The date on which supplier receives the payment with respect to supply. Time of supply of services. The default rule for time of supply of services is the earliest of following dates. Date of issue of invoice by the supplier. The date on which supplier receives the payment with respect to the supply. It has also been provided that, if invoice is not issued within a period of 30 days from the date of supply of service, the time of supply shall be the date of provision of service. Time of supply under forward charge. Goods. 1. Date of issue of invoice by the supplier or the last date on which he is required to issue the invoice. 2. Date on which the supplier receives the payment, entering the payment in books of account or crediting of payment in bank account, whichever is earlier, with respect to the supply. Services invoice issued within the time prescribed. Earliest of the following. Date of issue of invoice by the supplier. Date of receipt of payment, entering the payment in books of account or crediting of payment in bank account, whichever is earlier. Services invoice not issued within the time prescribed. Earliest of the following. Date of provision of service. Date of receipt of payment, entering the payment in books of account or crediting of payment in bank, whichever is earlier. Services when the above events are unascertainable. Date on which the recipient shows the receipt of services in his books of account. Time limit for raising invoices. Goods. Before or at the time of A. Removal of goods for supply to the recipient, where the supply involves movement of goods, or B. Delivery of goods or making available thereof to the recipient, in any other case. Services. Before or after the provision of service, but within 30 days, 45 days in case of insurance companies, banking and financial institutions including NBFCs, from the date of supply of services. 1. Supply of vouchers when the final supply is identifiable, single-purpose vouchers. Goods date of issue of voucher. Services date of issue of voucher. Example, shirt coupon. 2. Multi-purpose vouchers, that is the precise supply is not identifiable. Goods date of redemption of voucher. Services date of redemption of voucher. Example, Sodexo coupon. 3. In case of associated enterprises located outside India. Goods, not applicable. Services, earlier of the following. A. Date of entry. B. Date of payment. 4. Levy PF interest, late fees or penalty for delay in payment of consideration. Goods, date on which the supplier receives such addition to value. Services, date on which the supplier receives such addition to value. If it cannot be done by any of the above rules, the time of supply will be A. When a periodical return has to be filed, the date on which such return is to be filed. B. In any other case, the date of payment of tax. Excess payment up to ₹1,000. If payment received is up to ₹1,000 in excess of the value of the goods invoiced, the supplier can choose to take the date of invoice issued with respect to such excess amount as the time of supply of goods for such excess value. We hope this video helped you in gaining knowledge. See you soon with another video. This is Sarah, signing off.